Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are now bringing you live to the scene of the North Atlantic Council meeting room, where we see Secretary General RKC Interstella sitting in his seat right before the NAC emergency session. Earlier today, the North Atlantic Council and the North Atlantic Treaty was notified of possible war threats happening with the United States of America. After a quick meeting with the President of the United States of America, Michael J. Trump, include with NATO leadership, NATO teams aspire and decided to call the emergency North Atlantic Council meeting session due to the possible invocation of Article 4 or Article 5. Now, at the current moment, our news teams do not know fully what is going on due to NATO being very quiet on this matter. The press officer office of NATO has not released any information. Now we're bringing you live. We'll be showing you around the room. Seated over there is President Michael J. Trump, President of the United States. We are waiting also for the Secretary of Defense or also the Secretary of War to join the meeting room. We also see the chairman of the North Atlantic Council, Antonio Tony de Rosario, here live, and also see Arctic, it's Arctic, which is the head of the NATO policing force, and also has just joined us is the chair the of the military council joining us here. We are waiting now for more officials to join. NATO Watch, in partnership with Euronews, will be bringing you breaking coverage shortly. Welcome back, NATO Watch and Euronews viewers. Seen here now, we will be showing the full camera. The North Atlantic Council staff team with the secretary is preparing everyone to be seated. We see that the chair of the council has found his seat, Antonio Tony de Rosario, and is talking with the secretary, the Secretary General of NATO. We know today that this is a big meeting calling officials, high ranking officials of all countries. You can see here for NATO Watch cameras that this is really going to be a historic meeting. We are waiting for the chair to call the meeting into session. We also see the leader of Russia, the president of Russia, President Vladimir Putin, has joined also. This is a big meeting for NATO and to make sure the security and sovereignty of this treaty organization will be protected at all costs. Last, we hear from a news source with NATO is that the NATO military forces in coordination has is waiting awaiting orders from the higher ranking officers of NATO. This is a big day again for the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Well, the session is set to go into order within 5 minutes. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization will come into order. We thank you all for being here at this very late hour. I understand it's very late here, but this is an emergency session to protect NATO's integrity. I welcome diplomats and the President of the United States, alongside the Secretary of Defense, and also the President of the Russian Federation and the head of NATO's police force, and also all of our observing members to this council meeting. I understand that tensions have been high all day, so I would like to make an address to this body if possible. Today, as chairman of the North Atlantic Council, with my diplomatic duties alongside with my role, I met with leaders of America and Russia, both countries that are in partnership with NATO. We met with them to talk peace deals, a peace negotiation due to a Russian force entering a United States base. Of course, we are all here to follow the legal law of the international law, and we wanted to prevent any type of war from happening. We were hopefully able to deal with it peacefully, but the North Atlantic Council received correspondence from the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Defense of the United States stating possibility of a war threat still happening. In according to the North Atlantic Treaty, also known as the Washington Treaty, NATO is forced under its treaty to help its allies. An attack on one is an attack on all. Due to this, the North Atlantic Council called an emergency session debating if the needing of Article 4 or Article 5 must be invoked to protect the sovereignty of our member states. We are a peaceful organization, not a hostile one. As chairman of NAC, I will preside over these proceedings tonight. We will not end until this is set forth, either if the invokements of the articles are needed or if not, if we are able to do a peaceful deal. I invite the President of the United States, Michael J. Trump, to speak on behalf of the United States, and also Secretary of Defense or Secretary of War if they would have any remarks for this council.
Um, I think he's AFK. Um,
No, I
Acknowledge.
was waiting for you to talk.
Um, uh, okay, so I'll go ahead and speak on behalf of the U.S. because I don't know, Michael, are you AFK? I think he might. So I'll speak on the behalf of the United States.
Not AFK.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if y'all would want us to explain what happened, but I'm going to do that anyways so that everybody can get the United States of America's side of the story. So basically, what happened was we came in, the Secretary of War of the United States came in on a joint U.S. Armed Force base by the United States National Guard, and I was on there to conduct certain expeditions that are classified under the DOW. And we had somebody by the name of Soup in ODW come on U.S. territory that is on part of the Russian Federation. We did have a disagreement a long time ago about this that almost ended in war, and it wasn't as bad as this, where ODW came on U.S. soil trying to fight other U.S. Soldier. So
For
we had a
classification, who's ODW? Who is he?
All right, ODW is this guy that's a part of the Russian Federation. He's a an administrator in the Russian Federation, Zerber, if you want to correct me there. I don't know what role he is. So do you know what role he is, Zerber, or was? I don't know what he is now.
He was the Minister of Defense, but has been demoted down to the Deputy Minister of Defense.
Okay. So the Minister of Defense at the time for the Russian Federation came on the base with a guy named Soup, which I'm pretty sure was blacklisted. I don't know. But he claimed that he had commands and that he could shut down the game and put the game on private. Um, by the way, Stella, please handle that. He threatened saying that it's his game, he can do whatever he wants on it. And him and ODW started getting in planes. At the time, all of our members were currently unfocused on what was happening at the front gate because we didn't know any foreign administration was on the game. So we were training and doing training exercises um, with our Special Operations Force for the U.S. Army, 75th Rangers, and Delta Force. And we heard a A-10 start shooting. We believed that it was one of our own until we realized that everybody was um, at the ceremony, and not ceremony, training. Therefore, we began to shoot him down with a Sea Whiz or whatever you want to call it. A lot of people call it something else. We began shooting it down and successfully neutralized the threat. And then ODW, believed to be respawned, came in the base, went to the armory, and started shooting at us. And then Soup had commands and started flying around, and then gave ODW commands. They started flying around using fun commands like Brazil and Fling. And I tried to ban them with my head administrator, and Soup took away my head administrator, which I still don't have, by the way, Stella. And they began to do dot dot nuke on our thing. So the United States will
Please
also
refrain from
classify that.
dedicating comments to me. Please refrain from dedicating to me. You are talking to the NAC committee. Anything that you have to
Uh,
reframe it to the NAC committee. Don't dedicate anything directly to me.
yes, sir. Therefore, the United States will also see that as the Russian Federation attempting to use nuclear warfare against the United States. I would like to reform that. Uh, by beginning there, he took Soup, a guy by the name of Soup, took away my head admin. Soup had commands from a formal time where he used to be Secretary of Army, I believe, or Chief of Staff of Army, and he paid for the Army base and stuff like that. And we believe he still does have commands. So our base is currently on full lockdown. And therefore, we started talking to NATO, trying to negotiate, and quote unquote, the president of the United States said it's war. The Department of War hasn't released a statement yet, but specifically the Department of War told ODW, if you fuck around, you're gonna find out,
Please
and that's
refrain from
exactly what
using
happened.
please refrain
So
from using excuse me, please refrain from using
yeah,
vulgar
just quote. I'm
names.
just quoting on
Of course,
what
if it's a
the
quote,
Yeah,
yeah, just
please
quoting
refrain
what the
from it. We
Department.
are live. We are live on national
Yes,
TV, live
yes,
on
yes,
live
sorry.
broadcasting
if
channels.
I may, Secretary of
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Defense.
Of
So
course,
we
go ahead.
understand you have told a lot of the story. We understand the point that the U.S. is currently at threat by another nation. We understand that, of course. We're here to protect everyone's in best interest. NATO is always here for everyone's best interest. So we have understood the story given. If I may ask, the president of Russia is currently with us. Would the president of Russia like to make a statement?
Yes. So I would like to say is that, so we sent out a diplomatic, right? And the
Wait,
soup person, he has
wait. I'm
been
so sorry.
considered a
I'm so
oh,
sorry
my
to
fault.
interrupt you. Is flowing ways ODW aka respect? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Just don't ban him yet. He's supposed to be here. Just you can ban him right afterwards. Just give it a second.
He's according from what NAC has agreed, he cannot be on NATO grounds.
Uh, he's well. If we're talking about he's considered to be here, you can ban him right afterwards. Just let him be here for right now. He's not listening into the broadcast or nothing like that. He won't. He doesn't have a word here. He just has to be here. I told him to just be here, just in case he gets arrested.
Mr. President, we're strict with our policy on that part. He is currently I'm gonna call the session into recess so we can talk about this without having all the live stream going on. Session suspended for 2 minutes. The session will come back to order. We are so sorry, everyone, that we had to suspend. It was due to an accident that we must suspend too, so we can talk in private matters. We are back fully on record for the North Atlantic Council emergency session on the possible invokements of Article 4 or Article 5. I will now allow again the President of the Russian Federation, President Vladimir Putin, to speak on behalf of Russia on their side of what happened today. Mr. President?
Okay. Well, today we sent out a diplomat ODW, which is to consider buying the Alaskan territory. In the middle of that, a terrorist, which we actually have him onto the news, onto our broadcast, which we do have pictures, classified pictures, which we are willing to send over to NATO, of him being shot and killed over to our bases. The man is a terrorist considered to us, and we don't like working with terrorists. He decided to abuse his admin commands, and OW was there. OW tried stopping him by grabbing a fighter jet, even though it wasn't allowed, which we did apologize and we did consider action against him. We simply weren't trying to engage in any combat. We simply weren't trying to hurt nobody. We were trying to only consider buying territory of the Alaskan territory, and the little situation happened. If military action is being talked about, I would like to bring up my Ministry of Defense, right? Which is some of my people, but some of my people aren't allowed here. So I'm going to bring up my Minister of Defense, if we are allowed to. His name is Zov. He'll be speaking if anything is on about military.
If
Do we mind
if
do
any
you mind if you can bring
military
up Zov?
matter must be talked about, it will be talked about in the committee, the military committee. We are just here if we need to invoke Article 4 or Article 5, not any military intervention. Again, Article 4 and Article 5 is to protect the sovereignty of the member state. Article 5 is when NATO is fully engulfed in the war. Article 4 is when NATO is preparing. So those be my
May I
rules.
speak, Chair?
Who, Mr. Secretary?
This is the Secretary of War.
Yes,
Yes. I'm asking the chair if I could speak right quick.
of course.
All right, thank you. No disrespect to Zerber, but according under to the president and the Department of War and also the executive branch and also the White House, that's completely false, what you just said. And the only reason why we're calling it out is because that could be considered a bad rep for the United States of America. It's completely false. What the Alaskan territory thing? Yeah, that's false. Me and Russia, the United States has not talked to Russia about any trades or anything to do with Alaska at all. And also with the thing with him saying ODW was just trying to stop soup, he shot at U.S. troops. So I'm wondering how, if he's trying to stop somebody, why shoot at somebody that's also trying to stop somebody? That's all I would like to say for the Department of War.
Thank you.
May
Thank
I say this?
Okay.
yes, Mr.
I'm gonna
President.
speak on that.
Meet
Oh
the
God.
President of the United States go first. He did ask first if he may
Uh,
speak.
yeah, I want to say this real quick. I want to say this about Alaska. I'm gonna forget to say this later. Russia cannot legislate buy. Wait, is they trying to buy back? Is they trying to buy Alaska from the United States? Because I'm getting a little confused.
Prime.
I've been
Yeah,
getting told
Uh,
different
yeah,
stories.
like I stated, there was a diplomat sent. We cannot give true communications against them since you blocked all sort of communications with us, which is the reason why we sent over a diplomat to one of your games.
So I want to say this: Russia cannot resurrect buyback Alaska. The 1986 sale was a permit transfer, and Alaska had been a U.S. state since 1959. Or the half of its land federally owned. Why Russia cannot just Russia cannot just buy back Alaska from the United States because of the treaty signed in 1867. Not National Archives of Fishery or Russian territory in the United States. And okay, blah blah. Yeah, I just want to
Mr.
mention that.
President, can I say something?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Also want to state, um, the president and the Department of War just announced that we had no idea anything was happening. So, my question to Mr. President of the Russian Federation, um, were you lying or did you just not tell us yet? Like, I'm confused. What do you mean by you were trying to buy Alaska? You never notified NATO or any part of committee, and we haven't even heard from anybody
Okay.
from the Russian Federation.
I'll state it again. We had all sorts of communications with you, which y'all blocked us from having communications with you. Okay, or this is what's sent from my hold on. This is sent from my Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Okay, he said that we cannot contact with the United States since they do not have a server up. They have a different server up, which is controlled by a different United States, which isn't active. We cannot figure out where to get your communications at, and we did not want to do DM since we want to be professional. Please stop unmuting your mic since I let you speak all that time. Do not interrupt me, please. Like I was saying, we sent out a person, and then after Crazy Soup, which he runs a game, right? He runs a 10th Mountain Division, I think it was. I forgot which one it was, but he runs one of a group. And also, I'd like to also speak about the little situation you said. Oh yeah, while he was shooting at U.S. Army troops. So your people, right, had no sort of identification and just went out to the base, right? And while he was trying to help it, and they just see that there's people out there. Whenever this terrorist, which is known as Crazy Soup, was also seen with a big group, okay, which also had people inside of it. So he thought he was getting people on, and thought he was trying out. Zov, I want you to speak for the rest of it since you asked me not to speak about it.
Sorry for interrupting the chair, but I want to like coordinate with something you just said.
Gentlemen, gentlemen,
So you're saying
gentlemen,
that there was tons of people. My bad, Zov. I'll let you speak here in a sec.
no, order. I'm
You're
calling
telling
order. All of you, please. Gentlemen, I know I will allow, of course, let's allow the Minister of Defense, Zov, to talk on this matter since this is his, because I believe ODW was a part of his ministry
Hello.
in Russia. So
There you go.
we can hear you, Mr. Minister. We will allow you to speak on this portion.
Okay, so I'd like to speak on behalf of the Russian Armed Forces. I'd like to quickly mention something that one of the, I believe, presidents said, or maybe the Ministry of Defense, about considering it a nuclear attack. Can you provide me with any evidence that these were Russian forces or Russian-paid militia forces?
well, the thing is, whatchamacallit? The guy that nuked and had commands that nuked us, was with ODW. And also, y'all said that he's a terrorist, but he's literally said that he's a part of the Russian Federation and also had a Russian Federation flag a part of him on his avatar.
Okay.
And he even said that he's part of the Russian Federation. And even ODW confirmed and said he was part of the
Okay.
Russian Federation.
So can I bring it to the council that he said a Russian flag was on his avatar? But can I bring it to the council that anyone in this meeting could go out and buy a Russian flag and say they represent Russia when they don't? Surely,
Yeah, but the thing is,
have no right
ODW
to
and him
be part of the Russian Armed Forces.
Order. Gentlemen,
Hold
that
on.
is true. It does not matter if he's wearing a Russian flag half the time. Let's take this for example. During World War One, what started World War One was a nationalist that was not sent by the government to assassinate the Prince of Austria-Hungary. He was a nationalist. That does he? Yes, he does represent his country, but it does not mean that the country sent him. So let's clear that for the record, gentlemen. It does not mean
Can I ask a
if he
I
question?
was
will be.
wearing. Can we ask
Who is
the?
ODW?
Can we
Is
please
ODW respect?
Hey, may I speak?
order?
Can I
Wait,
speak right quick?
order. May I ask for the proper ministry in Russia to please check if this person's soup does have a Russian citizenship?
So I'm gonna state it again real quick. I'm gonna provide you with the information, and he has been shot and killed onto our territory. By the way, I want it to be known.
Made the
I'm going. Hold up before anyone says anything. I'm going to get the photo of it, and I'm gonna send it over to you, Antonio. So you know I'm not lying.
I'm going to
uh,
question. So, as Mr. President said, we sent, or I believe he said we sent diplomats to your base. Is this true? Because if that is true, you are admitting
no.
to
I said
killing Russian diplomats.
that ODW confirmed and said that Soup was part of the Russian Federation. They never said that they were representative for the Russian Federation. It just said that they were part of the Russian Federation. And also, I know that ODW was part of the Russian Federation for the simple fact is that I met him before in a meeting multiple times. And also, he was still part of the Russian Federation at the time. So we had to believe what ODW said by him saying that he is part of the Russian Federation. If I have somebody for a part of the United States of America telling me that somebody's a part of the armed forces and they're part of the armed forces, then I'm gonna believe them, of course.
King JJ, I don't mean to interrupt you. I do want to state something real quick. It's
Wait.
nothing about military, but you want to? I would like to tell you before this meeting started. OW just got fired. I want you to know that.
That's what I
Okay,
was about to
well,
bring to
that's the
council.
Gentlemen,
that's not
order,
the
order,
matter of
order,
fact
The United
anymore.
States.
order.
King JJ, I was basically just telling you that I did what you wanted me to do for the agreement,
Yes,
but clearly you
yes,
don't want to
yes, yes.
uphold it.
Order.
I would uphold it. All right, hold up. Let me
Order
speak right
by the
quick.
chair.
All right, I
Order.
would.
All of you, silence by order of the chair. From what this looks like, gentlemen, This is slowly becoming a back and forth. It's becoming a back and forth situation, gentlemen. Um, yes, he did state on record, and we will ask for our stenographer to please pull it up after this meeting over with the record. He did state that Russia did send diplomats, but Russia did not state who those diplomats are. All we can know is ODW or respect could be a random Russian civilian who was just mad that he lost his job and wanted to attack people.
Mm, Mr. Chair,
Yes,
as an observing, this is the chair of the military committee for the record, speaking as of right now. As stated, and this is as a neutral standpoint in this meeting, I would like to state that we were informed that he was just fired, which means at the point of time he was a Russian citizen, but he was also considered the Minister of Defense at the point of time. And I would like to bring that to your attention.
I'd like to say something about
yes, Minister.
May I say something?
We let the
Oh,
minister
never mind.
speak
that. Can I
first, please.
can I say something? I would like to say something on that. I have been the Minister of Russia or Minister of the Russian Armed Forces for the whole day. We have just been in talks about removing him from his position. So he is actively not, he's not acting as Minister of Defense this whole time. It's been me behind the scenes. It's just he has the title. So anything committed by Russian troops in this tragedy were not guided
Mr.
by
Minute.
me or the Prime Minister. This was a rogue. The Russian Federation is going to call it a rogue. So rogue soldiers. Would you like to say that?
Rogue asset.
Mr.
Recording
Mr.
time.
Antonio, Mr. Chair, may I ask the Russian minister a question?
He must be sworn in before for any questions.
Could we have him sworn in so I may ask him a few questions
Actually, we're gonna
on behalf of the
we are
observing
gonna
party?
swear in all the witnesses or material witnesses. So all of you, please stand.
Oh, do I need
Witnesses.
to stand too?
Yes, everyone, except the
The-
NATO officials.
What
all
does this
these
swear in?
people,
What does this swear in for? If you don't mind asking.
all
For
these
what?
people are bodyguards. So
We are swearing
Or
because
do
if we're
we-
gonna ask questions, you must be sworn in
Ella,
so we
please
know you're
stand.
telling the truth the whole
okay.
time. Please salute or do dress right as the signifying of raising your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
So help me God
Yeah.
and on the
Hello,
by.
hello.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, I do.
Let the record state that all witnesses has. You all may be seated. Let the record state that
Okay.
all witnesses have taken the oath. We will allow the chair of the military committee to question the minister of defense.
Before
I
do
would like to
that,
make it.
please,
I would like to
please,
make it
before-
state for the
please,
record. King JJ
as
never.
as this,
King JJ never sworn.
Order,
as
order,
this has been
order,
stated, it is currently my
order,
turn.
order, order. We did see him do dress right. His oath was registered.
All right then.
Chair, may I continue?
Of course.
And I would like to reclaim my time.
Of course. Wait, before each officer of NATO questioning the officials have a 2-minute question. 2 minutes, and that's starting now.
Thank you. Minister of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation. As you stated, I believe you stated the Minister of Defense, or former, as you stated, as of right now, but we were publicly informed, is the former Minister of Defense. Are you stating that he was officially informed by the Russian government about his removal?
Well, obviously that's up the tree from me. I've just taken the job opportunity that I've been offered in this current moment.
Can I maybe speak on that, since I should be the person really speaking on that, since he shouldn't?
Yes, Mr. President, you may.
Okay, thank you. So me, Antonio, and King JJ all went to a private call. We asked for the punishment, and they asked me that I can do the punishment. I said that I would probably ban him from I would recommend y'all to ban him from the server. So y'all banned him from the server, and after I demoted him. I told him I'll demote him, but he'll still have the title rank since Zob's going to take over, but he has to get sworn in first. Then right after he got sworn in, which is before this meeting, then he decided to leave the server, which I told him that he's going to be fired. Then after, once I fired him, then he left the server. I have it all in
So,
DMs. If we do need to do it.
Mr. Are you stating at the time he was considered still acting as the minister?
No, he was not considered acting.
Please hold
He was.
before you
He
answer
had.
the question. Chair, can we please have our security escort this guy out? He is being refused. He's being refused.
Who?
He's refusing to have a seat
Who?
after being told multiple
Who?
times. The man in the back, his name is Yi Sung.
May the security please
He
escort
is.
him.
Okay.
Thank you.
You
May
got
I
your cuffs
continue,
on
Mr.
you?
Chair?
You got your cuffs on you?
I do. I'm currently
How about you
questioning
give
him.
your
Mr. Chair,
officers
may I
cuffs?
continue with my
Chris?
questioning?
May I say
Were you
something
okay?
now? Oh, my
While
fault.
this person
Please
is
hold.
being,
My questioning has not finished.
while this
Am I
person,
not getting questioned or
the
what?
timer has been paused. While this person is being escorted out, we'll suspend session, so it'll be done peacefully.
Jeez.
Council will come back to order.
Oh, all right.
The
Okay.
chair of the
So
military council's time is start. He has 21 seconds left. You may.
okay. Well, basically,
Um,
my fault. Elijah.
Mr. President, can you?
Elijah, you
Mr.
there?
President, your answer.
The gentleman's
Okay.
I
What
time.
do
was the question?
apologize
The
You said.
gentleman's time
the
has.
inconvenience.
The gentleman's time has expired. We'll award more time later.
What? Are you talking about me? Or are you talking about
The
The
Elijah?
Department of War
Because
is asking the chair for time to speak.
Elijah was asking me a question.
Speak. I've been asking to speak for a
My
minute.
time has expired.
the gentleman's time.
Okay.
Is there any other NATO?
Mr.
Is there any
Chair,
other?
may I please request
Hmm.
an extension of my time?
A 1 minute
So,
extension. A 1 minute extension has been granted. It started.
Thank you.
thank you. Mr. President, believe if you remember my question, may you please answer it? If not, I will repeat it for you.
Okay. So he was not the acting. He was told that he was going to not have any permissions to the military. As I have. Oh, hold up. I just realized something. Oh my god. Oh my god. My apologies. Okay, so I'm gonna say that
What?
again. He did not. He got all his permissions taken away. He did not have any sort or form of like contact with with the personnel database. He got all of his stuff taken away from him, and he was considered under review. Inside of the Wikipedia, he was still considered the Ministry of Defense, but he was under review. We took precautions and put safeties against him, and we also followed and obliged all requests from King JJ of getting him removed from his rank. We removed him from his rank, but his title was still on to the Russian Federation. He was still under review, and we also had a new acting Minister of Defense with all permissions and capabilities. He was y'all were not informed, but everyone else was informed inside of the database.
The gentleman's time has
So
expired.
at the point
The
of time,
gentleman's time has expired. We will award more time later on. I will allow now the United States to speak due to them requesting to speak.
I want to say this. I want to say this before I hand it to King JJ. I want to say thank you for everyone showing up. I want to thank you for my bodyguards standing behind me. I want to thank you for the Secretary General and other personnel showing up. I want to speak on behalf of the American people of my country. the America don't want war, but if the America feel threatened, we got to go to war. Congress agree, but I was elected to serve the great people of my country, and that's what I'm gonna do. And after what happened today, the United States feel threatened. We feel threatened very much. Congress feel threatened.
The president is currently having
And
microphone
we
issues.
got
Gang, you're cutting out really bad.
from the U.S. Department
Mr. President,
Hmm.
can I just speak? Your microphone's just like really bad. I ain't gonna hold you. I think I could just sum up for what he's gonna say. We, the people of the United States, do feel threatened. Our Congress has
state had a call.
approved and said they feel threatened. Um, Mr. President, Mr. President, please. Congress has approved that they feel threatened and they have approved war. So we still haven't declared war, but the justifying war part of our country is done. Um, I would,
Mister, I don't mean to interrupt
I
you,
would,
but have you considered with the United Nations for a declaration of war?
so actually, we don't need anything for the United Nations to declare the declaration of war. For the simple fact is, the United Nations, even this own Secretary of the United Nations, has stated that the United Nations has fallen apart. And also, we are a country ourselves, and we don't need anybody's permission to declare a declaration of war if we feel threatened.
Okay, so I'm hearing corruption. All right, cool.
Corruption.
Order,
All right,
order,
so I'm
order,
gonna pretty
order,
much state this.
order, order,
No,
order,
can I finish?
order. I asked the witness to strike to retract his statement. If not, then
No, I don't think he's gonna do it.
I, as chairperson, I strike the words of the witness. Please do not refer to any of that. That is an internal issue that must be dealt with by the country itself. I would like to say, gentlemen, that this seems like a back and forth. We understand both sides fully now. Now, if I may, we understand that America's sovereignty is at risk. Also, in accordance with the NATO treaty, we must protect the members that have signed the treaty always. An attack on one is an attack on all. Is there any
The United
objection?
States does not interrupt the chair. We're sorry to interrupt the chair, but we have important standing news. The president of the Congress has officially announced that they're ready to declare war, and the president of the United States is ready, pretty sure, to declare war. We just wanted to state that before anything goes forward.
I would like to state that NATO shouldn't get involved in any way or any form because it's not an attack if they're declaring the war.
Again, America thought their sovereignty was at risk earlier today. They were technically attacked on their bases, meaning an attack on one is an attack on all. Does any members of the NATO forces object to invoke closer and close this segment of questioning and debate? Are there any objections?
I second on this motion.
Hearing none, the,
I motion to.
the invokement of closure is hereby approved. We are now moving on to the next part of this, which is whether we must invoke either Article 4 or Article 5. The United States is the requesting party, so we will allow them to answer. Does the United States request for the invokement of Article 4, meaning for NATO to be in readiness for a war, or Article 5, for NATO to send for all member states of NATO to send their forces to protect the sovereignty of the United States and the sovereignty of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
The chair, the Department of Homeland Security, Department of War, and the Office of the White House is requesting a recall, like a 5 minute recess, because the President of the United States is currently not in here, and I do not have the power to make any of that decision.
Session is
I would
suspended.
like to reiterate on that. Sorry, Council. If you are the Minister of Defense of the American Army, you have
The
the
Secretary of War. Secretary of War.
Secretary. So you're the head of the defense. I'm sorry, I'm a
No,
bit
yeah.
sort of
So
confused with
we
that.
have a constitution. I can confirm that question. I am allowed to technically make decisions with NATO, but not articles in the war, because that's up to the Senate, Congress, and House of Representatives, and also the President of the United States. And mainly, the President of the United States isn't allowed to declare war. It has to. It's
He's
up
in
to
here. He's trying
Congress.
to come up on the stage. He's trying to come up on the
Mr.
stage.
Chair, may I state something real quick, Mr. Chair?
Of course.
So
My fault,
can
my
we
Order,
duck.
approve the
order.
recess?
May Mr. Chair, the military committee would like to request that the North Atlantic Treaty make a proclamation for the members, representatives, or permanent representatives of Russia and the United States to meet and be questioned by the committee, and the committee will see if escalations does end up to or becoming Article 5 worthy. We ask that we
Mr. Chairman of the
Mr.
committee, wait.
I'm gonna
Order,
state something real quick
order,
before we
order,
go.
order,
Tony,
order,
I mean,
order. Mr. Chairman of the Military Committee, as informed earlier, the Military Committee has been bypassed on this action, meaning the Military Committee will not intervene with NAC's actions due to us bypassing it due to the emergent situation of this issue.
yes, Mr. Chair, we do understand.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. President.
um, the United States is asking for a recess for 5 minutes so the United States can talk about something.
Session suspended for 5 minutes. So you have just heard it, everyone. The North Atlantic Treaty, the North Atlantic Council has went back into recess to allow the United States to talk if they are requesting NATO to invoke either Article 4 or Article 5. In accordance with the North Atlantic Treaty, we'll be reading to you what those articles do state. So please give us a certain moment so we may pull up and look at the actual Treaty of Washington signed by members of NATO. So, with the North Atlantic Treaty, let us go first to Article 4. Article 4. The parties will consult together whether, in opinion of any of them, territory, integrity, political independence, or security of any parties is threatened. Article 5. The parties agree that an armed attack against one or more of them in Europe or North America shall be considered an attack against them all, and consequently they agree if such armed attacks occur, each of them, and exercise the right of individual collective self-defense recognized by Article 51 of the Charter of the United Nations will assist the party or parties so attacked by taking forthwith individually and in concert with any other party such actions as it deems necessary, including the use of armed forces to restore and maintain the security of the North Atlantic area. Any such armed attacks, all measures taken as a result therefore shall immediately be reported to the Security Council. Such measures shall be terminated with when the Security Council has taken measures necessary to restore and maintain international peace and security. Those are from Article 4 and Article 5 of the North Atlantic Treaty. Now we are waiting. We believe session will resume at 10:23 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with with the negotiations of the United States over. Now, the chair invoked closure with the approval of the North Atlantic Council to end the period of debate and to now focusedly move on the question: is NATO gonna invoke Article 4 or Article 5? We saw a back and forth tension with the Russian Federation and the United States going back and forth with each other. Was a diplomat sent there or was a diplomat not sent there? Was Russia trying to buy back Alaska, or were they not? That is the question everybody is asking our viewers. We also saw the chair ordering for the removal of the former Minister of Defense of Russia, ODW, aka Respect, being ordered to be removed from the chambers of the North Atlantic Council by ordering the North Atlantic Police to do that. And also for the removal of individuals that refuse to sit down, that do not have the clearance to be up at the current time. Again, the we are waiting for Mr. King JJ, which is the Secretary of War, and also President Michael J. Trump, President of the United States, whether they will ask for the committee to hear the invokement of Article 4 or Article 5. NATO Watch, in partnership with Euronews, is covering the story primetime live. This is a big day, gentlemen. NATO Watch has been in here for almost an hour with this session going back and forth, and now we will see if NATO will step into this war, or NATO will take a precautionary measure and stay out of the war. We believe that after this, the office of the chair of the North Atlantic Council will host a press briefing, answering any questions and making the final decision. We are waiting, of course, for his office to announce and his secretary to announce any other actions being taken. But we see the NATO room right now. Our members that needed to leave left so they may talk with it. And now we see the President of the United States entering the chambers with his security. I believe NAC will be going back into session shortly. We'll be covering this whole story soon. We thank you so much. The council will
Wait a
come back.
minute, we're not up.
The council will come back into order. We will allow have the United States reach a conclusion on this matter.
Uh, may I speak, Chair?
Yes.
All right. The Russian Federation. All right. The United States has never wanted. The United States has never wanted to declare war on you. You're one of our trusted and most powerful allies ever. All right. And you can tell by the treaty that we wanted to sign. All right. None of this would have happened if we would have communicated a long time ago about ODW. And we did. We punished him. Well, y'all punished him. Y'all did this. But the main fact is that it got to the point where ODW was saying that somebody that apparently are saying that is not a part of the Russian Federation was a part of the Russian Federation. He started nuking our dam. He started threatening us, threatening to do this.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
ODW,
So OW, okay,
no, no,
not
no,
OW. It
no.
was clearly
Mr.
Soup who was
Chair,
doing this.
Mr.
Who was
Chair,
doing this.
Order.
please.
Order.
Jesus Christ.
All right. So we would like to come to terms with you, but really, well, that's what we thought we wanted to do. But at the end of this whole entire meeting, what we've been hearing, what we have been hearing, ain't gonna hold you. I'm not gonna need to cuss, but it is kind of bull. It is kind of bull crap, you know. And we know everything that you were saying is bull crap. With the whole he was taken out before this, we both know that's bull crap. And the United States,
I
including
would
the
like
president and
to
the
comment on
secretary of
this.
state, no, does not lead
Order.
it.
Order.
No, hold up. I want to finish what I'm saying, if you mind, and I'll go ahead and let y'all speak. So, I really want to know. This is not to NATO. This is directly to the Russian Federation president. All right, we would want to know if you even have our back, because you state that you do, but we don't know if you do. Go ahead.
Okay, so what grounds is this on for? Like for only America?
America, yeah, do you have our back?
Okay. There was no signing treaty. So if we didn't sign the treaty yet, which there was a treaty with China, Russia, and America, if we did sign the treaty, we would have our backs. If you're gonna come out and then have to do all this stuff, then we're not gonna have your back. So that'll be a no until we sign the treaty. But you have not sent us the treaty yet, so we can't say yes or no. But I'm gonna
The
say
treaty's
no.
been in your DMs for the past 5 days. And it's been
Wait,
in
has it actually?
ODW's DMs. ODW
Oh,
has even seen it.
all right. Well, you're right. You're right. My bad. But I'm saying is that I haven't got my Minister of Foreign Affairs to even look over it because we've been dealing with this situation right now, and also I've been doing a lot of other stuff which I haven't had the time to clearly look over it. So at this current moment in time, no, we do not have your back since all this has started.
Is
Hey,
the
I
JJ.
also have one more.
oh
Hold up, Mr. President. I have one more question. So, this is to the Russian Federation. All right. The president and I want to know is, what do you plan on doing about this whole situation? If we don't declare war, and I'm not going to lie to you, the highest chance right now, the only option we're thinking of right now is to declare war. And it's not looking so good. And we just want to know, if we don't declare war, what are you going to do about the whole entire situation?
I'm
Well,
going to
there's
comment
nothing
on
to
that.
really do. Oh,
The Russian Federation is not going to back down from foreign aggression, and we're going to take what you are saying as a act of foreign aggression. We have acted in accordingly with the situation. He was not in an active position to be making military orders, and he has. You have said that he said he was representing Russian armed forces. Does that mean I can now sit here and say I'm representing your military? No, you have no evidence or documentation to say he was in the rank of power, and you have actively admitted on spying on the Russian armed forces, which is against active aggression, which you just stated. We have done all we can. If you are so determined to declare, well, the Russian armed forces is not going to back down, we're not going to stand back, we are going to take everything with confidence.
Okay, with that being said,
wait,
NATO,
order. Has the United States reached a conclusion of whether article they would like to invoke?
we would like to know if NATO is willing to implement Article 4.
Article 4 readiness article. For the North, so that
Yep.
meaning the North Atlantic Council will not intervene until calls of Article 5 must be invoked.
Where the form for Article 4 that we're stating is, when the war starts, we're wondering if you're there to, I mean, Article 5, whatever you want to call it. We're wondering, right when the war starts, are you there and ready to help us?
If once the
You said it yourself.
once the order of Article 5 is ordered, all NATO military forces will be on ground immediately. Once Article 5 is ordered by NAC.
Okay. We're requesting deep silence for this. Hold up. Mr. President, this is your time to shine.
King JJ, check your DMs real quick.
Hold on. Give me oh, we are so sorry.
I'm just gonna state something real quick. So, does this mean that you're just gonna declare war on us? Because let's get to the gist here. We already knew this was a setup for you to declare war, so you might as well just say it now if you're gonna declare war. If you do not want to, then I will be happily getting out of
Who are
here
you
and just
who
be
are you
fine with it.
addressing?
But
Who are you addressing?
Mr. President, I'm just gonna say because I have a witness.
I want to say, according with the Constitution, Article 2, Section 2, the president has the commander in chief of the armed forces, allowing the president to direct military operations. Article 1, Section 8 grants Congress the power to declare war. As there was a bill passed in the House and Senate, the United States will be declaring war. By the power invested in me as president of the United States, I ordered the U.S. Department of War launch 4 troops, 4 ships, 4 air forces, get the Navy, Army, military, all branches ready. King JJ.
Mr. President, I would like to say under CSTO and SCO, Shanghai Corporation Organization, under law through those two organizations, there will be declaration, and the Chinese are going to help us. I have DMs with connections with it. We will have the Chinese to be helping us as well to declare war. So you declare war
Hey,
against
ain't gonna
Ukraine,
hold
and
you
you
to
declare war on
Gentlemen,
all
now,
Order,
gentlemen,
United
this is
order,
war.
order,
Order, please. Order in the council chamber.
order.
We will get.
And
Order.
also, my allies perimeter, which has around 45 people that are actually lined up right now, will be going to
Hey,
war.
the
So, I got
CIA
you.
got our back, NATO got our back, and also we have more armed active members. You act
Order.
like we
Order,
Please mute your
care.
order in the
microphone. Please
council
mute your
chamber,
You're
please.
trying
microphone.
to intimidate
Order,
us.
Please
order.
be
Please mute
quiet.
your
If
You're
you
trying
microphone.
to
folks mute,
intimidate
or
us.
your mics will be disconnected. Council
Order.
chambers, please mute mics, mute mics. All mics are communicatively disconnected. As this is a previous time, the NAT meeting is now put into isolation and war calls are being called. At this very moment, I ask that all diplomatic representative and reps please remove themselves from the game. We want no political tension in Brussels. Brussels is just a meeting game. We have no military construct here. If political parties of Russia, China, or any other place that is not of NATO feels free to stay in Brussels, you're more than free. Security will be provided. You would not be harmed in Brussels, as this is a political and diplomatical area that you're allowed to be in. For America, we do need to make this decision very
Mr.
carefully
Secretary
and
General.
decide on the factors of what we do,
Mr.
because this potentially could lead
Yes,
out to
sir.
a nuclear war.
Yes, Mr.
Because
Secretary.
remember,
Mr.
there's two.
Secretary.
Order,
There's
order,
not
order.
just you guys as nuclear warheads. Remember that, guys. Russia and America is not the only nuclear warhead holders. There's France, there's Italy, we
Order.
have Denmark, we have Norway, Sweden, we have other countries
Hey,
with
and
nukes,
guess who has the
including
most
Turkey.
powerful,
Order,
baby?
order,
My bad.
Yeah,
order,
but we
order,
gotta understand. Order
order,
in this
Listen,
court. We gotta
order,
understand. You guys,
order.
Jacob, please. I'm gonna ask you to stop, or you will be muted. We are live.
Order. I'm sorry,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Secretary.
I need mics muted.
I must interrupt you. Due to the declaration of war by the United States and the power invested by the North Atlantic Treaty, and also as the North Atlantic Council chair, NATO is forced under the treaty to invoke Article 5, the act of war, an act of war.
No, it's not. Are you okay? It's only whenever someone gets attacked. They're attacking us. That's not how it works.
Yeah,
Or-
hey. Once somebody is attacked, we're all attacked. It actually says that. So
order,
Actually, so you attacked me, actually, so.
order,
Order, please,
you
or I will
dropped the nuke.
overframe your mic. Order.
order. In the powers invested by the North Atlantic Treaty or North Atlantic Treaty, and also as chairman of the North Atlantic Council, I asked member officers of the North Atlantic Council, is there any objection to the invokement of Article 5 in protection for the sovereignty of the North Atlantic Treaty and the sovereignty of the United States of America? Is there any objections by the member state parties?
I have objection.
Objection heard from the Secretary General. State your objection.
Gentlemen, welcome. Do apologize for the objection. The objection is requested for mandatory review. I think that it is a political nightmare and an economical stress factor with three of the biggest superpowers economically that hold majoritable standpoint could go into war with each other, which can lead catastrophic not just to America but to Russian citizens, American citizens, and European citizens, as we're the party that's contested in between both Russia and America. Um, and
So
we ask, that both parties review variable options before leading and causing a massive catastrophic event that will lead to pertainment of militarable escalations and demisement.
the secretary,
Mr. Chair, I would like to state something to the Secretary General.
wait, the objection of the Secretary General is heard, meaning the resolution has failed the North Atlantic Council. Under orders by the North Atlantic Council, no military intervention within this war is or is not ordered, meaning the NATO will not be interfering with this war matter if if NATO forces do touch ground that was not ordered by NATO. NATO will announce if we are ordering our forces to be sent out. So again, all NATO forces are told to stand down, and if ever they are sent, they are being sent as peace officers, maintaining peace, making sure the people of these nations, because this is the one thing. May I get the person jumping around, please removed? If we may tell everyone, during war times, we think to fight, but we must think about the people of these nations, how bad they will be affected. So, neither Article 4 or
Mr. Chair, may
Article
I state
5
something?
are invoked. NATO is standing out of this war, but NATO will call a war call to make sure that other NATO states will not be hurt or affected. Meaning,
Mr.
in all meaning, wait, in all
Oh
meaning,
my god.
just to make sure our Europe sector is safe. I don't believe Russia wants to attack our Europe sector. They're only at war with the United States.
I do
Mr.
have a question though.
Yes,
So,
Mr.
I believe
Mr.
I would like to
Okay,
claim
I
what
don't
I
care
was.
what you have to
I
say.
would like to state what I needed to
I
state real
have
quick.
something more important to say. Okay,
Mr.
There's
so
no.
Mr.
We let the
Antonio,
president
I
go,
do
but
have a question though.
yes, Mr. President.
Thank you. So, if NATO's not going to get involved, then why did America state that you were going to get involved and going to invade?
When
Well,
has
under
that
our sub, well, I can answer
Mr.
this.
Chair.
Under subsidiary law, under subsidiary law, under the trademark and the pact deal that we have with America, we should invoke. We have to, but I'm able to invoke subsection 1224 of NATO's article of impeachment, where it states where if Europe could be definitively in danger, then I can portray a level of status like the president. Since I'm basically, when it comes to war, you don't. The president of the United States can't overrule me. I'm
Can
the
I
one
say
person
something?
he can declare war.
Oh my
But
god.
when it comes to NATO and the defensive pact treaty that was designed against you, Russia, I have the invokement of article of the final say so. So now he can get in direct war with you. I mean, if it gets to the point where we have to, we'll have to by law of the article. But we do not at NATO. We are looking to strive for peace. We're not looking to determinately fuck with anybody or give any classification of war sets. But we will say
Okay,
this, right?
Stella,
Are we able
Say
to
your
see a
something.
member,
parlay?
your member just threatened to dox one of my members.
Yo, can I say something?
Who who who
who?
was wrong?
So,
So,
Wait,
no,
session
alright,
not
so
suspended,
mine.
session
Oh,
Can I
suspended,
say
session
something?
okay.
suspended,
Hold
session
on.
suspended. Is there any motions?
Mr. Chair, I would like to motion for the adjournment of this session.
Any objections? Hearing none, the North Atlantic Council is hereby adjourned until further notice on pending actions. Please note that we would wait for any press statements from my office or the Secretary General's office and also the Chair of the Military's office, chair press offices if any pending action. Again, no articles have been invoked stating that all NATO forces are ordered to stand down till further notice. This session is hereby adjourned. As you just heard, and we are being sent back. We're showing now the live camera of the North Atlantic Treaty Room. The North Atlantic Council has went into adjournment for the rest of the day until the council believes it's time to call back. The chair of the military council, Elijah, Brigadier General Elijah, or asked the chair for the motion of adjournment due to another pending issue which NATO Watch officials are trying to discover what happened. This war, NATO did not invoke any articles at all during this. NATO went into the recess and then called for adjournment. We do not know what the Secretary General or the Chair of NAC will be doing, whether if they will talk later and have a meeting, a closed door meeting, talking if NATO should be involved. The Secretary General believes that this might be a set a this might be a political move by countries, but we believe it is not. We do not. NATO Watch officials think it's not. NATO Watch will come more live later with more news on this matter. Good night, everyone, and we thank you for watching.